Hello there. Thanks for joining me. If you have some tight hamstrings, this workout's for you. And if you don't have tight hamstrings, this workout is still going to be for you. Let's get moving. Let's start standing up today. So I want you to look down, make sure your feet are parallel, wiggle your toes a bit, really try to spread them out, find some little space between all those toes. Let your arms hang down by your side, see if you can get a few little wiggles out. And then from here, I just want you to inhale. And on the exhale, I want you to nod your chin and just start rounding it forward. Nice and easy. We're just going to do a quick roll down or two to get an assessment of where we are. Feel your bodies. Feels what feels tight, what feels loose, what feels off, what feels good. Hold it at the bottom. Knees are nice and soft. Inhale. On the exhale, restack your spine, growing up nice and tall. Shoulders, neck, and head are the last to come up. Really reach your head up into the sky. Inhale. On the exhale, nod your chin and keep your weight forward on the balls of your feet and your toes this time. And you're really gonna feel your abdominal muscles kick in, and you're starting to move with intention right from the get-go here. Rolling all the way down. Once again, making note, left side, right side, front, back. Inhale. And exhale, knees are soft, and slowly roll all the way up, growing tall with each vertebra. All the way up we go. From here, I want you to come to the end of your mat. You're going to cross one leg in front of the other. Arms reach out in front of you. Your energy is staying lifted. Belly button's pulled in. And from here, you're going to lower yourself down gracefully to the mat, using all the ab muscles it takes and all the core muscles it takes to stay nice and controlled, especially through this part right here. Rear quietly ends up on the mat. And if that's hard, just know that it's hard to do, but it's something to work on for sure. And from here, sitting up nice and tall, my feet are hip width apart, and I'm just gonna tuck it back halfway. Chest is open, lower back is rounded, and then round it forward. I'm gonna lean into my thighs, extend up to the ceiling as I come up to tall and sitting. Chest is open, tuck right into your lower back. Hold it here for an inhale and round it forward. Belly button stays pulled back. I'm leaning forward into my legs. Extend my back up. Head comes up to the rafters and tall. And tuck. Take it back. And round it forward. And sit up nice and tall. This time we're going back a little farther, and we're taking it all the way to your waist. Not all the way, how about just to your waist? And then round it forward. I guess we're starting off right from the get-go. No joke. Here we go. And coming back to your waist. And round it forward. And pushing through your legs, shoulders lift, head lifts up to the ceiling. This time coming back to your shoulder blades. Your shoulder blades are gonna just touch the mat. Your shoulders, neck, and head stay lifted. Arms come up over your head. They circle all the way around and roll all the way up. If you need to, grab a hold of those legs and let go when you can. And come up, sitting up nice and tall, and coming back. Same thing. Those shoulder blades are just going to come to the mat. Everything else stays lifted. Arms come over your head, circle them out and around. Round it forward. Grab those legs and let go when you can. If you don't need to grab your legs, awesome. And if you do, that's just where we are for today. Tomorrow might be different. And come back. Arms come up and around. Round it up, lean it forward, lift up nice and tall, hold it here. Double check that your tailbone is anchored down into the mat, shoulders are out of your ears, head's lifting up into the rafters. And from here, I'm gonna have you rotate to the left. You're gonna come down the left side of your body. Hold it here at the bottom. Head, neck, and chest is still lifted. Right arm comes across, left arm follows, and peel and curl, lifting up. That right side, come back to center. Stay tall as you rotate to the right. Coming down that right side. Stay lifted in your chest and shoulders. Left arm comes across, right arm follows, round it forward, and come back to center. Doing one more each side. Take it to the left. And coming down. Right arm comes across, left arm follows, and round it up. And back to center. And take it to the right. And coming down. Left arm comes across, right arm comes across, and rounding it all the way up. And come back to the center. From here, legs go out flat in front of you. My feet and knees are together. Chest and shoulders open, and tuck and roll it all the way down. Once that rib cage hits, it's going to stay on the mat. Arms reach over your head. Make sure that rib cage doesn't pop up. Keep it down on the mat. And from here, inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts, and roll all the way up. If you still need to have your knees bent, go for it. Create those positive muscle patterns so that we can build on that and get stronger and stronger. And again, as your arms travel over your head, don't let that little space, I don't want a Mack truck to go underneath your rib cage. Keep it down so you're staying connected. Head, neck, and chest lifts, roll it up, and come all the way down. That rib cage stays down because even though your head's coming down, you're not taking 5 down here. You're still really activated in your core and your abdominal muscles. And bring it all the way up. Make sure those ankles are squeezed together. And coming all the way down. One more time. Inhale. Bring it all the way up. And then come halfway back. And from here, give me a small little lift. And lift, and lift. My feet are staying still, and my legs are staying still. So I'm really using my abdominals. I'm not using the weight of my legs to pop me forward. So it makes it more fun to keep those feet and legs still. And that is definitely, I guess, my version of fun. Might not be yours, but you know, we're here. You get to do my version of fun. And come all the way down to the mat. Bend those knees. Feet go flat on the mat. Arms are reaching down by your side. And from here, inhale. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. Feel your rib cage settle into the mat. Make sure you have a little space between your lower back and the mat. And just pull that lower back into the mat and then reach that tailbone long again. And rock. Pull that lower back into the mat and reach your tailbone long. And rock, just starting to get that lower back engaged. On this next one, you're going to pull that lower back into the mat and continue peeling and curling your hips all the way up to the ceiling. Hold at the top for a nice good inhale, breathing into your rib cage and the back of your rib cage at that. Inhale and exhale, articulate all the way down. Uncurl completely at the bottom and inhale and exhale, rock your hips. No butt, all abs as you pull that lower back down to the mat and then peel and curl, lift it all the way up. We're gonna hold it here for just a minute and fine tune ourselves. Press your arms into the mat, get your triceps working. We're here so they might as well play along with us. Head is reaching long in one direction. Your rib cage is tucked in. Don't be a rib popper. Abs are nice and tight. I want you to really tuck those hips like you have super tight pants on. Reach your knees to the other side of the room and you'll feel the backs of your legs kick in as well. Make sure you have pressure on your big toe, your little toe, your heel, and then imagine you're squeezing a pillow between your knees. So this turns into quite a dynamic little position right here. So with all that going on, inhale and exhale, articulate down. Take your time. Reach your spine farther and farther down the mat. Uncurl completely at the bottom. Inhale. On the exhale, rock your hips. See if you can find all those little engagement points. Peel and curl up to the top. Find the knees reaching, energy between the knees. Arms pressing, head reaching long. Inhale and exhale, articulate all the way down. We're doing one more. Inhale at the bottom and exhale, rock your hips, peel and curl all the way up to the top. Hold and articulate all the way down. Uncurl all the way and completely. Bring those feet together and your knees together. Interlace your hands behind your head. And inhale. On the exhale, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Make sure you have a little space between your chin and your chest. I'm kind of looking at where the wall and the ceiling come together for me, so that I have that little bit of space, getting that length in your body. Inhale and exhale, lower it down. And inhale into your ribs. And exhale, head, neck, and chest lifts up. Hold. And exhale, lower right back down. Inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Hold it here. Reach around, grab the backs of your legs, curl your torso up a little bit higher. Now stay there. Hands come up to the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind your head. Let your head be heavy in your hands. You can drop your head back a little bit. Lift up right around your rib cage again. And from here, take it over to the right. Stay lifted as you come through the center and over to the left. And over to the center and to the right and center and left. This time we're going to take it over to the right and hold. Your left hand is going to grab that right thigh. And I want you to get a good grip on it so that you can twist a little more and spot yourself and lift up a little higher. And give me a little pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Stay lifted. That right arm comes across. Grab that left thigh. Left hand comes behind your head. Twist and lift. And give me a lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Stay lifted. Come across over back to that right side. Twist and lift little pulses for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Cross it over. Left hand comes behind. Twist and lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross it over. Hand comes behind. Twist and lift for 3 and 2, 1. Cross. Hand comes back. Little pulses for 3, 2, 1. We're getting warm quick. And cross. Hand comes over. Little lifts for 2 and 2. Cross it over to the left for 2 and 2. Come back to the middle. Interlace your hands behind your head. I'm making you do singles. Let's do it. Take it to the right. Stay lifted through the center and to the left. And right. And left. Come back to the center and head comes all the way down. Don't get too comfortable. I'm giving you just a little nanosecond of a break. Here we go. Inhale. On the exhale, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Make sure your head is heavy in your hands. I'm looking up at the ceiling. From here, right leg comes into tabletop. And then inhale. On the exhale, left leg comes up to tabletop. And then tap that right toe on the mat and bring it up and left and right and left. Make sure that those feet are relaxed. Your legs are along for the ride. So you're driving this using your core muscles, using those abdominal muscles. So you just almost feel like you're reeling that knee back in, using those abs. Let's do 4 and 3. I mean, we're not really going to do 4, 3, 2, 1. I have to admit, we're just going to add a rotation is what we're going to do right here. Rotating to that opposite knee, cross and cross and cross and cross. I'm reaching my armpit to that opposite knee, so you're really getting a wrap across your obliques. And I'm feeling a little warm and working in my abs. Let's do 4 more for real this time. And 3. And 2. 1 more time. Come back to the center. Glue those knees together. Press those legs out at a 45. Bring them up to the ceiling and bend. Press it out at a 45. Bring it up and bend. Press those legs out. Bring them up and bend. Let's switch directions. Float those feet to the straight up to the ceiling. Lower those legs down and pull it right back in. I'm imagining little mermaids and mermen swimming through the ocean right now. Flip that tail up, lower it down, and pull it in. Hold, and head, neck, and chest comes down. Hug your knees into your chest, and give me a little rock side to side. And a good exhale, of course. From here, right foot comes onto the mat, left foot comes onto the mat. Arms come back down by your side. I have my feet hip width apart. I want you to rock your hips, peel and curl your hips all the way up to the ceiling. We're gonna get in that great bridge position again. Press those arms into the mat. Pressure on your big toe, your little toe, your heel. Energy between your knees. Lower your hips a little bit. Tuck even more. If you think you've tucked all you can tuck, even tuck more. And then from here, inhale. On the exhale, hips stay level as your right leg floats up to tabletop. And extend that leg up to the ceiling. Hips stay high and lifted. We're gonna go slow for these first ones. Right foot reaches long. Flex that foot as it comes up. And point it long, reach it all the way to the other side of the room. Flex it as it comes up. And point and flex. Using those obliques, the sides of your waist, to hold your hips up nice and stable. And make note of what that left knee is doing. Don't let it wander off to the side. That left side is working hard. And exhale as it goes down, inhale up. One more time. Hold it up at the top and give me a little flex of that foot. Not a little flex, a big flex. Make it feel yummy down the back of your legs. And give me a press up and up and up and up. Getting a little warm, I admit. Hope you're feeling warm as well. And lift, and 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. Hold it right here. Cross that right leg all the way over the left leg, and then slowly articulate all the way down, keeping those knees nice and steady. Uncurl completely at the bottom. Inhale. On the exhale, rock your hips, peel and curl all the way up. Hold here. Inhale. And exhale, coming all the way down. And one more time. Rock your hips. Peel and curl all the way up. With your legs crossed this way, it gets a little bit of a stretch in that right hip, which should feel good. I feel like the hips always are battling a little tightness, so it feels good to sneak in these little stretches where we can. Hold it at the bottom. Unwind those legs. Feet are going to be hip width apart again, because you know we get to do the other side now. Rock your hips. Pull your lower back into the mat. Peel and curl all the way up to the top. Hold it here. Inhale. On the exhale, left leg floats up to tabletop. Extend that leg up to the sky. Hips are nice and level. Float that leg long and away from you. Flex it, bring it right back up to the ceiling. Hips stay lifted and up. Take it down and bring it up. And exhale down. Inhale as it comes up. Take it down and up and down. My obliques and my abs are working hard to keep my hips up there. Don't let them drop. They're staying level. 4 more. And 3, 2. One more time. Hold it up at the top and give me a little pulse with that heel, flexing that foot up to the ceiling. Reach it up and lift and lift, lift, lift. 4, 3, 2, last one. Cross that leg over your right leg and articulate all the way down. Feel a little speed wobbly on that one. I'm going to rein it right in. Rock those hips, peel and curl. Abs are nice and tight. Lifting all the way up. Arms are pressed into the mat. Inhale and exhale. Articulate all the way down. Uncurl completely at the bottom. And inhale and exhale. Rock your hips, peel and curl. And coming all the way down. Holding it at the bottom, that left leg is going to come into tabletop. Right leg is going to come into tabletop. Hands come up to the ceiling, palms face each other. From here, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Hands come up and head comes down. Head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Hands come up and head comes down. We're just doing 2 more of these. Nice and steady on this one. One more time. Lifting it all the way up. Those fingers are reaching to the other side of the room. Hands come up. Head comes down. Palms face each other. And then they're just going to go right next to you on the ground in a little goalpost position. Knees are squeezed together tight. You're going to pick your left hip up. Float those knees over to the right. Use the side of your waist, the left side of your waist. Pull it back to center. And take it over to the left. Shoulders are quiet on the mat. Right side of your waist pulls it back to center. take it over to the right, and pull it back to center, and take it over to the left, and pull it back to center. This time I want you to float it over to the right. Keep it there, straighten those legs, pull it back to center, and bend, and take it over to the left. Straighten those legs, pull it back to center, and bend, and to the right, and straighten, pull it back to center, and bend, and over to the left, and straighten, pull it back to center, and bend. From here, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Grab the backs of your legs, arms and legs go in opposite directions. Reach long, hold it here for a minute. Find that length in your body. Out your fingers, out your toes, and bring it right back in. And reach nice and long, and bring it in. Inhale as you reach, exhale, pulls it in, and reach, and pull it in. 2 more times. 1 more time. Hold it here. Both hands on your right leg, extend your left. Then I'm going to take your hands and I want you to put them in front of your knee, and I want you to push your knee away as you're pulling your knee in, so you're working against yourself. And then switch, and switch. And feel how your abs really connect a little bit more with that oppositional force of your hands pushing on that knee. Keep those legs going. Interlace your hands behind your head. Make sure your neck is just relaxing in a little hammock of fingers. And then add a rotation. Cross to your opposite leg. And I want you to take your time, put the inside of your foot on the inside of your knee so that you can push and get more twist and twist. So my ankle is pushing against that opposite knee, and press. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Come back to the center. Head comes down. Hug your knees into your chest. Right leg goes long on the mat. Grab a hold of that knee with your opposite hand. Cross it over your body. And stretch that left arm out to the side. And just inhale. And exhale into that lovely, lovely stretch. And I guess a small little break from all the hard stuff. Sprinkle these nice little moments in for you so you still like me. And from here, inhale. On the exhale, that leg comes back to the center. Left leg goes long. Right leg comes up to tabletop. Grab a hold of that knee. Cross it over your body. Send that right arm out in the opposite direction. Hello, wild horses. If you haven't had a good, solid, deep exhale yet today, now's your chance. Your nervous system will thank you. On the next exhale, pull it back to center. From here, legs go long on the mat. Arms come up to the ceiling, and I'm actually going to have you float them up a little over your head so they're about even with your cheekbones. This is going to make a roll up even more fun. So from here, inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat, and exhale, rolls it up, changing the center of gravity with your arms over your head. So play with that. If that's not for you today, bring those arms right back down. Otherwise, bring those arms up towards your head, nice and controlled, lowering all the way back down. Rib cages on the mat. Inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts, and bring it all the way up. Inhale, and take it right back and down. Last one. Inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts, and roll it all the way up. And then let those arms float down and make your way right onto your side. I'm going to flip right onto my left side, and I'm going to come down onto my left elbow. And from here, my bottom leg is going to be start bent. My top leg is going to be straight. And I really want you to make sure that your elbow is underneath your shoulder so that you're really supporting your shoulder. So from here, we're not sitting around watching Saturday morning cartoons. So lift yourself up right through your waist. So you're long on both sides of your waist. There's no long side or short side. They're just both fabulously long. All right, most of my weight's starting on that bottom leg, and I want you to lift your hips up. Find a nice, good little T position. Hold here, inhale, and exhale, lower it right back down. And from here, inhale, lift all the way up, hold, and lower it all the way down. I'm gonna start putting some weight on my top leg, the straight leg, and lift up as I'm imagining you're getting poked in the waist by me. Come back to a T and lower yourself all the way down. And from here, lift up to a T, and then make yourself a little rainbow and come up over the top and come back to a T and lower down. From here, stay here if you're happy. If you would like a little more challenge, straighten out both legs. And from here, we're lifting up and lift up a little higher and come back to a T and lower down and lift all the way up. Come all the way up and over and to a T and down. We're doing 2 more. Bring it up. Over the top and T and down. 1 more time. Bring it up, over the top, come back to a T and come all the way down. From here, I'm gonna have you bend that bottom knee back if you straightened it. Top hand comes behind your head. Lift up out of your waist. Push your head back into your hand. I want you just to float that top leg up so it's about hip height. Flex that foot, and I want you to sweep it in front for a little pulse of 2. And then I want you to sweep it right back behind you for a little pulse of 2. Flex it as it comes forward for 2, and bring it back for 2. And reach that heel forward, and point it back. I want you to hold it forward here for just a minute. Make sure that top hip is pulling back, and then point it, reach it back behind you. And abs are pulled in, head's reaching long in one direction. Flex that foot forward, and back, and forward, and back, and forward. Your torso is staying nice and still, so you don't get to woggle back and forth. Using those abs, using that waist, your obliques, everything to keep you nice and still. Little bit of movement just for the mechanics of this, but for the most part, just your leg is a pendulum. You're gonna bring it all the way forward. Hold it here. Relax that foot. And then from here, lower and lift. Lower, tap the ground, tap and up. Make sure you haven't sunk down in your rib cage. Lift up so you're long on both sides of your waist. Lift and lift and lift. Starting to feel my hips. They're working hard. I hope yours are too. Stick with me. Lift and lift and lift and lift. Let's do 3 more and 2. Last one. Point that foot. Bring it back behind you. Tilt that top hip forward just a little bit. Reach that arm off in the opposite direction, and then lift that right leg behind you. Little lift and lift and lift. Keep on lifting. This is like my secret recipe for tight hamstrings. I know we're not stretching or anything, but strengthening your hips, your glutes, stretching out the front of your hips, strengthening your waist, stretching your waist. That's what my secret recipe is to make your hamstrings feel better. And I'll just keep talking to distract you. I'm just kidding. We're gonna do 4 more, and 3, and 2, and last one. Lower that leg all the way down. I'm gonna put both knees on top of each other, put both hands right onto the mat. I want you to walk in a little closer to your hips with those hands. Pick your hips up and push them over the top of your feet. And getting that stretch in that hip that we just worked so happily. And have a nice good exhale again. Sneak those in when we can get them. Walk your hands in front of your knees. Shoot those legs out so you're still facing me. And we'll do the other side. Once again, my elbow is right underneath my shoulder. Bottom leg is gonna start bent. And from here, all the weight's gonna start on that bent knee, lifting up to a T and just lowering right back down. And lift up to a T. My head's reaching long in one direction. My feet are going in the other, my foot is going in the other direction, and lower all the way down. Start putting some weight on that leg and lift. Feel that length in your body. Abs are pulled in nice and tight, and lower all the way down. and lift. Make sure that head is back so we're not looking down. We're long from the top of our head to the bottoms of our feet, and lower all the way down. Stay here if you're happy. Otherwise, straighten out that bottom leg and lift all the way up. Imagine I'm poking you in the waist. Lift all the way up into that little rainbow and come back to a T and lower it all the way down. And from here, lift, come up over the top and T and lower down. We're doing 2 more and bring it up over the top and T and down. 1 more time, taking it up to a T, over the top, come back to that T, quietly lowering yourself all the way down. Bend that bottom knee once again, so it's supporting you. Hand comes behind your head. Find length in both sides of your waist and hover that top leg. It's my left leg, hip height. Flex that foot, really reach out through the back of your leg there and bring that leg forward and give me a little pulse for 2. Point it and bring it back behind you for 2. And flex it for 2, front and back. And bring it in front and back and front and back. Heel reaches forward, point it as it goes back and flex and point. Abs are tight, torso is nice and still, head is still reaching long. Push your head into your hands, flex and point. 1 more time, flex to the front, point it in the back, bring it all the way back to the front, relax that foot. It's like a little dead fish at the end of a line here. And lower and lift and lift. Don't sag on me now, lift through that waist. Lift and lift and lift, lift and lift, lift. 4, 3, 2, last one. Point that toe, reach it back behind you. Get the most out of what you got. Even feel like somebody's pulling you in the opposite direction. Reach that arm in the opposite, coming forward just a little bit, and give me a lift and lift and lift. Make sure you haven't let your rib cage go. Your belly button's not hanging out the front. Pull it back towards your spine again and lift, lift. And just love the feel of your glutes, specifically your glute medius here, getting stronger. And lift, and lift, and lift, and lift. 4 and 3, 2, last one. Lower that leg down. Knees come right on top of one another. Hands come right onto the mat. Walk them a little closer to your body, and then pick your hips up and push them over in the opposite direction. And here's another opportunity for a nice, good exhale. Make some noise with it. See if it helps even more. All right, I'm gonna walk those hands back around, make my way right on to my hands and knees. Having a quick stop here for some cat-cows because you know I love them. Hands come right under your shoulders, knees are right under your hips. Tuck your tail, look into your belly button, and then uncurl and extend your chest forward. And tuck your tail, start at your hips, curl. Head comes down last, getting that reach up with your back to the ceiling. And then uncurl, keeping those arms straight. I'm still pushing the ground away from you, even though I'm getting that extension in my back. And tuck, bring it up. And extend. Come back to the middle. Make sure you're in a good place on your mat. We're going into planks. Let's do this. Hands are still right underneath your shoulders. Belly button's tight to your spine. Spine's tight to your belly button. Back of your neck and head are lifted to the ceiling. Right leg goes back out behind you. Left leg goes back out behind you. And from here, stay here if you're happy. As always with planks, do what works for you. Play along with where you are. The idea and the object is to build muscle, and so if this is where you're building muscle and this is what's challenged for you today, stay here. Otherwise, let's do a little bit of movement. We're gonna go down onto our right elbow and our left elbow. Go onto our right hand and left. Go down onto your left and right and left and right. Take it to the right and left and right hand and left hand. One more time, take it to the left. Elbow, left and right. Hold it right here, pike those hips up to the sky. I'm gonna bring my feet a little closer together. Heels reach down towards the floor. Bend those knees, aim your tailbone way up to the sky. Rotate those arms out to the side, feeling your neck a little bit longer. Bend your right knee, straighten your left. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Both heels down. I want you to round through your back as you come back into a beautiful plank. Back of your neck and head stays lifted to the ceiling. Separate those feet, at least the width of the mat. Your goal is to stay as steady as possible right on your midline. And from here, right arm goes over your head and take it right back down. And left goes over your head and right back down. And right and left. So the more you stay on this midline, the more you're gonna feel your obliques and the sides of your waist really firing. And that's what I'm looking for. One more time right. One more time left. Hold it right here. Bring those feet a little closer together. Pike those hips back up to the sky. Heels get to be down. Bend your knees if you need to. And take a nice good inhale. And a nice big exhale. From here, you're walking your hands to your feet and quietly sitting down on the mat again. Sitting up nice and tall. I'm gonna glue your knees together. At least I'm gonna tell you to glue your knees together. From here, keep them stuck tight, and then arms reach out in front of you. Hover your right foot off the mat, still holding those knees tight. From here, we're gonna take it down to your shoulder blades and lift right back up. We're gonna be doing some fun with teasers right now. So get your game face on. Hold it up here at the top. Switch legs. Knees are still glued together. And come down. And lift. And take it down. And lift. If you're happy at this level, keep switching your legs. If you'd like a little more challenge, hover both feet. They're staying glued together. They're staying right where they are. And come down. And lift it up, open that chest up, and come down. And lift. If you're happy here, stay here. Want a little more, straighten those legs. This time we're coming down. Arms travel over your head. They come back down to your hips, and lift up, and hold, and come down. Open it up. Hands come down, and up, and hold. We're doing one more, just for good fun, right? Good measure. Is this good measure? Is that what we're doing? And come all the way up and hold. Hold it right there. Turn those feet out. Legs go out and in and out and in. Out. One more time. Out, in, hold. Bottoms of your feet come together. They come quietly down to the mat and round forward over the top of your feet. Well, that was tough, if I do say so myself. And I want you to have your feet a pretty good distance from your body. So I know some of us can really get in close, but I found that you get actually a little bit more stretch in your hips the farther out. So make sure you have a nice good diamond to round it forward and stretch. And then I want you to lift your shoulders, flatten your back out, and stretch forward with a nice flat back, aiming your belly button towards the mat. Might be a little sweaty, a little glistening-ish. Round it forward one more time. Rolling all the way up to sitting. I'm going to have you cross your legs, flip over onto your hands and knees, scoot those knees back, And from here, bring that right knee right in between your hands. Slide that back leg back. My knee and my top of my foot is facing down. I'm keeping my hips pressed down and level, so my left hip is pushing towards the ground, and walk all the way out. Walk those hands right back in. We're going to come back onto that quadruped position. Bring that left knee right in between your hands. That right top of your knee and foot's facing the ground. My right hip's pressing towards the ground, and walk all the way out. If you need a little more time in these stretches, push pause, hang out here a little bit. This is stretching through those hips. Your hips have quite an interesting task. They have to be strong, 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 but not too tight. So strong yet flexible to keep them functioning. Thank you for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed, push that subscribe button. I'd love to have you join me more. Walk your hands all the way in. Sit right on your rear. Bottoms of your feet are together, and float those arms up. Float them down. Oh, we're not done yet. I lied. Sorry. I want you to cross your legs, stand up without using your hands. We started that way. We're going to finish the same way. Do what you can. Work on it. If it's hard, keep working on it. From here, we're going to end with our feet parallel again. Nice and tall. Inhale. On the exhale, nod your chin. Round it all the way down. Find that hang position. Shake your head a little bit, yes and no. Just let your head move. Soften those knees. Slowly rolling all the way up. Good. From here, roll your shoulders up to your ears, back and down. Roll them up to your ears, back and down. Switch directions, take them back. Bring them all the way forward, back, all the way forward. And from here, shrug your shoulders up, drop them like they're hot. Shrug them up, drop them like they're hot. Thank you.